live. Welcome to the Black Bezos Daily Podcast. And on this podcast, I'm gonna be bringing on this is gonna be the number one. I'm not gonna predict nothing. This podcast, the aim for this podcast is to explore different ways of making money. To put it simply as that, we're gonna explore different investment strategies, trading ideas, money flips, stories, anything from anyone that's gonna help you make a profit, make some sort of money. Yeah, man. It's not just money. Talk about we can talk about health. You got physically, you got to be health before wealth. Emotionally, you can't make money if emotionally you're not intact. Can't make money if physically you're not there. Can't make money if intellectually you're not there. This is what these podcasts are for. Even spiritually, man, it all plays a part. But we're gonna be there, and this show is gonna be hosted by yours truly, Black Bezos, and I'm gonna include a range of guests that I'm gonna get from everywhere, including traders, investors, corporate professionals, entrepreneurs, you name it. That's what's gonna be on this thing right here. So let me introduce you to my first guest. My first guest goes by the name of ZK, also known as MR100x. That's what the people like to call him. He's a cryptocurrency. He's not even a trader, even though I call him a trader. He wouldn't classify himself as a trader. He's more of a swing trader. He's very deep, technical analysis on point, fundamental analysis on point. Two things, and he's, look, all I'm gonna just say, he's got the results to back it up. You can go on his Twitter. His Twitter is ZK_let's get it. Because I don't really want to, okay, look, the title's there. Yes, he's 7 figures, but forget about that. This guy's knowledged up, man. This guy's knowledged up, and also his age as well. Forget about that. It's just clickbait. It's all clickbait. Yeah, it's all clickbait. But apart from that, listen in, take it in, because he drops serious gems. Let's go. I wanted to add quickly that the audio from my end is disgustingly terrible, and that will be fixed for the next podcast to come. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I said that he was 7 figures, and that's just not that. It's more, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, enjoy.
First, you want to introduce yourself a little bit if you want.
All right, cool. So, obviously, I'm a trader. People class me as 100x.
The people.
People, that's what people call me, 100x. Obviously, you can find my social media on ZK_let's get it on Twitter. So let's talk about Bitcoin.
Quickly. Can the people know how old you are?
I'm 16 years of age. Turning 17 in the next 3 months.
What year was you born?
2005.
Oh,
2005.
Anyway, carry on.
Okay, so cool. Let's just talk about Bitcoin structure. So, obviously, I know a lot of people have been looking at the Bitcoin chart. They've been looking at crypto, thinking what the hell's going on. There's a lot of things going on recently, and let's just talk about Bitcoin by itself. So, Bitcoin right now is decent. If you do look at Bitcoin from, it's a 4-hour chart or a daily chart. So let's get actually dwelling into crypto a bit. It doesn't look that amazing, but it doesn't look that bad. Reason being why it doesn't look that bad is because there has been some decent candles, right? But the reason why it looks not that good is because they're artificial candles, meaning they're not, they shouldn't be that massive within a 5-minute candle. It's pumping like 10% or like 5%. So there's a lot of liquidation dumps, meaning obviously we've just had a major move from 52.5k down to like 39, which obviously, as everyone saw, I think a lot of people who are probably seeing this day in crypto, you probably saw the major dump from 52.5 all the way down. And KuCoin was down, Binance was down, so it was obviously clearly orchestrated. So I would say there's a lot of liquidation pumps and a lot of liquidation dumps to liquidate shorts and longs.
What do you mean by orchestrated?
meaning it's organized for this to happen. So from 52.5, okay, cool. Wales knew everything was going to dump, so they dumped it down. If you look at that chart from, what was the date? I think it was the 19th. Yeah, the 19th. Yeah. So we went from, was it from the 19th? Let's check. No, it was the 9th, I think it was. Or the 7th or 6th, whatever day it was, right? You would see the 52.5k. If you go look into that and you go look at the 4-hour chart, you would see, okay, look, let's see. It's on the 7th of September, right? From there all the way till 1 o'clock. So 1 a.m. to 1 o'clock, we went from 53k basically. What do you say?
Hello. We're back. Carry on. Don't know what happened.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's step back a bit. So obviously I was talking about the Bitcoin dump from, I wouldn't say dump, but liquidation flash crash. So it happened on the 7th of September at 1 a.m. I think that's when it actually fully, I think Wales did start to know, okay, this is the time to sell. And on the 4-hour chart, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So 4 times 4 is 16 hours, right? To be honest, I just personally feel like it was so orchestrated, because you could see these candles, they went down quick. Like, it was red, and some of these candles were actually massive red candles. They went down like 15% on a Bitcoin chart. On a 4-hour candle, it went down 15%. So it was clear there's a lot of liquidation.
That's crazy.
And that's what I personally feel like started these liquidation pumps and dumps. So obviously from there we did rebound back up. So I personally do believe, the wicks, it wicked down to, I think it was on 42k, and then obviously the candle closed around 46. So that means anyone who did long from 42k went to 40. If it went to 46, they made 10%. Right on the 10x leverage, you've made 100%. You know what I mean? So it's clear that there was a lot of inside information behind it. I do believe there was a lot of manipulation, and then obviously we did start moving back up towards I think it was around 48, and then we did have a major dump down, which I did believe was more like a relief rally before another move down, which did liquidate quite a lot of longs. Because I remember at that time Bitcoin did look a bit bullish, but it actually did drop. Obviously we consolidated for a bit, and then I had a major move up. And if you actually look on the 4-hour chart, so this is obviously as of today is Monday the 4th. So if you actually look, let's just say 1st of October, and so 1st of October, we had 2 major big candles, and obviously there was no major news. There wasn't MicroStrategy buying anything or MicroSailor buying anything like that. So obviously it was orchestrated. If you look at the 5-minute chart as well, it was orchestrated. I do believe these are artificial pumps. And also regarding that, a lot of people actually haven't seen their altcoins pump. So normally within a Bitcoin 10% pump, you would see altcoins doing 20%, 30%.
I was very surprised by that. There's
nothing happening. We spoke about this in the Crypto Captains GC. There's nothing moving right now. Obviously, there are some coins that have been moving, but technically speaking, from a whole perspective, a lot of altcoins should be moving, but there isn't any. And actually, Bitcoin actually did pump with low volume, and even now, Bitcoin has low volume, and it went up 10%. So sometimes you got to think about it like that. And actually, the bottom. We've actually, hold on, let's see. So from 29th of September till now, so within 5 days, Bitcoin has gone up 20%. Bitcoin has outnumbered some of the altcoins, majority of altcoins within the past 5 days, percent-wise, which is crazy, Altcoins should be moving more than Bitcoin. But obviously, this just shows you that, in a very, very manipulated market. Also, regarding one thing that I'm very big at is the bull trap that is incoming. I do feel like a lot of people do know me for the conspiracy theory, as people say, as a bull trap incoming. But I do want to shed on that. It's a very, 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 very big topic, because there's a lot of things that are indicating a bull trap. And obviously, I've explained this thoroughly on my Twitter, and it's on my pinned tweet. So if you actually want to go look at that, because that is some very
link will be there.
It's not no BS about this is gonna drop because of some whale selling. Is actually price.
Let me talk for you. ZK's Twitter account He's detailed. He goes through everything properly. Like you said, it's not just some BS.
It's not,
he doesn't put coins for the quarter. He doesn't just put coins for the quarter. It's serious.
Yeah. So one thing I would say to you is, when you're looking at crypto, take everything, with a pinch of salt, right? Even things I post, because a lot of things aren't what you think it is. For instance, everyone's showing bullishness, right? Everyone's saying 100k, 60k all-time highs. There's no volume. Altcoins are pumping. Bitcoin is pumping with artificial volume, basically. There's a lot of artificial candles. They're not actually real pumps, because you can see most coins are pumping. Obviously, if you look at from on-chain data perspective, yes, it does look like whales are accumulating. I think the third biggest whale actually accumulated, I think, a couple $1 million worth of Bitcoin around 43, which is why I said, another thing I want to say, another reason why I reassured my people, you're in the GC, I reassured everyone, everything will move back up, right? When everyone was saying, 35k, we're going to, whatever, I told everyone, we will move back up, right? So, obviously, here's another thing you need to think about. Look at emotions. When we was at 42k, what was everyone saying? 35k, 30k. I said, no, it's not. Even though I'm a bit bearish, I would say I'm a bearish guy. I still said it would move back up. So it's opposite of what my main thoughts are, right? And now we're at 49k, 48k. Everyone's talking about 55k, 60k. Where was that when everything was going down to 42k? You was thinking 35. So everything's all emotions. I personally don't trade with emotion. I've always
like yesterday. It was just yesterday people were talking about 35k, 23k. Now the next day everyone's saying 50k.
That's what I'm saying. Literally, it's not even like a week ago. It was 5 days ago. It wasn't like 2 weeks ago. It was 5 days, 5 working days. You get what I mean? So another thing. I know I keep saying another thing, but here's another thing, right? When you look at certain things about, let's just say, for instance, I have a reputation, right? So let's just talk about a team. Let's say Arsenal, right? I've gave this as an example. So let's say Arsenal has lost 3 games in a row. What would you expect is going to happen the next time? Same things happen with certain EMA indicators. Obviously, I personally want you lot to go. I'm not going to say in here. I want you lot to go check and see it for yourself, because you can actually see it, right? You lot go onto my tweets and you'll see where Bitcoin on the weekly chart has had an EMA cross, right? Go look at it. I've actually showed you lot the numbers, but I want you to go see it. Go look at that and you will see Bitcoin in the whole of Bitcoin's history, from when it was made in 2009, even if the chart shows from 2011. From then till now, so more than 10 years, right? It's crossed 3 times. Every time it indicates a bull trap, right? It's happened in 2013/2014, 27/2018, and 2020, the March crash. Even though people do say it's a March crash or whatever, I personally believe that it was kind of orchestrated as well, right? Same thing just happened a couple of weeks ago. It's happened. It's not like it's going to happen. It's happened, right? So then, obviously, when it happened, I think it was around like 40. I don't know exact price. I think 42, 44k, right? And then now we're having to move back up. So 10-20% up, because I personally believe the bull trap will come in place around 51 to 53k dollars. So that kind of does work with what happened previously, where we do have another 10 to 20% pump. Obviously, I could be wrong, and you do start pumping towards 60 all-time highs. That's completely fine. But if you look at it from if you look at it historically and you look at price movement, you look at EMA crosses, which is the reason why, if you go look at my Twitter again, every single coin I've gone into, or majority of them, I've noted onto my Twitter. You will see when I've bought it, you see when I've sold it. Why do I buy it? People ask me, how do you get that? For instance, let's just talk about September. September is normally a really, really red month, right? Bloody September. If you go onto my Twitter, I cannot keep saying that, go onto my Twitter, but if you actually look at it, I gave a screenshot of what coins we're going into. So, for instance, Pros is another one. Pros went up 3 to 4x. CLR went up to 2.2x to 2.5x. XTZ went up 75%. MTV went up 300%. What's another one? There was another one. I can't remember which one it was. Pulp went up 40%, right? Even though we did take profits and obviously it moved back down, we did take profits of 40%. That's bloody September, right? That is why are coins pumping up that much in bloody September? Because EMA crossings, right? Not because this whale's buying this, or whatever these other traders be talking about. That's all nonsense in my opinion. I'll give you proper expectations on the coin and reasonable reasons why you should go into it because of the EMA crossings, and they've never proved me wrong. Right, my success rate is quite high. I haven't actually calculated it, but I would say it's more than 90%. Because even if you look at September, I actually showed you some of the coins where I had losses with. So BPRO is down like 30 to 40%, AR is down like minus 15%. VeChain, we had a stop loss, so which was actually where we bought. So it was only like 5% minus 5%, and another one was XLM. We went down 15%. So when you look at the numbers, if you're making 3 to 4x with pros and MTV up 3x to 3 to 4x, and CALR went up 2.5x compared to minus 15 to minus 10%, the ratio is quite amazing in my opinion. I don't know about you, but it's quite amazing. And why is that? Because of EMA crossings, which does. And obviously when you look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin is a major coin. Everyone looks at Bitcoin for price movement, especially now. Everyone's not really looking at the coins, they're looking at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to lead the market. What's Bitcoin doing? What's the EMA crossings doing? I personally believe there will be a bull trap incoming, and we can go back to this chat, and we can actually realize, cool, we actually predicted this. What's the price right now? 48k, 49.2k, right? So as we speak, it went up $500. As we spoke, it went up $500 because
crazy.
Another thing I want to say is that movement is artificial. Everything that's happening right now is crazy. As we're speaking, everything is moving artificially. I just know, right? From when I remember when I first spoke about the bull trap, I can't remember exactly the price, but it was below 40k, it was below 38k, it was low 30.
I know you were speaking about the bull trap quite a while ago. I know you were.
It was a while ago. And I first came up with this theory. It was not documented
with that theory, yeah.
I should have documented it on Twitter, but I documented it on my private story, on my premium, as you say, but I'm not going to advertise it on here. But on there, a very limited private story, I showed everyone the EMA 10 consolidation,
and I can confirm that he did,
because this was May, right? So May crash happened on May 19th. 1 to 2 weeks later, I confirmed there will be a bull trap. Those times there, it was to around from 28 to 35k, right? And everything's been moving in play. And when I even when I documented it, it showed the trap might happen around 49 to 51k, and let's just say, for instance, when everything dropped down from 52k down to 43, everyone said no, you're wrong. I actually wasn't. Even if we did drop from there, my analysis was right, because when I first initially gave the EMA 10 consolidation theory for bull trap, it actually dropped from 49 to 51k, pinpoint, perfect. It dropped, right? And I still said to everyone, even though that's perfect, I'm still thinking there's another pump. From 42k, I told everyone, and we moved back up. So as of now, I've been let's just say 95% correct. Next move will be around from here to 52k, in my opinion. And I feel like that's when something major will happen. And another thing we're going to talk about is economics. You type in October 19th economics, you will see how bad the US economy is and what we're heading towards in the next 2 weeks, right? October will be a very interesting month for Bitcoin, and just not even Bitcoin, for the whole economy, in my opinion, right? So everyone has this theory of October's October, whatever everyone's saying, whatever. Cool, that's fine. I do believe October will be a green month, right? It might start green, but I personally don't believe it's going to have a really massive green candle. I don't feel like we're going to head past 55k, even though we just entered the month on a very bullishly, in my opinion, very bullishly, because the first week of October, very bullishly as well. So obviously today is Monday, so yesterday we did close quite nicely, in my opinion. Obviously it's a bit bullish, I think we did, but one thing I'll talk about again is an EMA touch. So Bitcoin actually closed below the EMA 21, which is a bit bearish, right? So as of now, I don't know when this is going to come out, but as of now, last week, the EMA 21 closed below, which historically isn't really good for us. There's been times where we've had we've closed below the 21 and moved back up, but even then, after 1 week or 2 weeks, we do drop again. I feel like that's happened one time in Bitcoin's history, and then there's been times where we've consolidated below, but we pump back up. But that's through a bull run, a clear bull run. Everything's pumping. We're not in a clear bull run right now. We're in a very choppy market. Don't know if you guys realize, but we're in a very choppy market. So obviously I'm out of breath right now, but that's basically my whole theory on Bitcoin itself. And obviously, and I hope you guys do realize what I'm saying, because I feel like it's quite clear. It's none of that other bullshit that people talk about, you know, about, oh, Bitcoin's pumping because of what? Oh, because of some moon stuff. I see people talking about moon and astrology and stuff like that, or because some Twitter guy's talking about it and he has some good reputation. Cool. Even if I didn't tell you guys about this EMA crossing, I know some people still believe what I'm saying about a bull trap, right? But I'm showing you indications towards a bull trap. I'm showing you outside of crypto as well, around economics. Get what I mean? There's a lot of things showing it, and it's not even about the weekly chart. It's not even about the daily. There's weekly, daily, 4 hour. There's even the monthly. On the monthly chart, Bitcoin does look bullish, but when you look at price movement, it does not look bullish. So I'm showing a lot of bearishness, but I'm showing there's a period of bullishness before the bearishness. So everyone's saying I'm a bear. I'm not. I'm short term actually a bull, and then midterm I would say I'm around it. I'm a bear type of guy, and then we move back up. I'm not saying we're gonna head towards bear market. I am not saying that at all. I just believe there's a major correction due before we head towards 100k, 150k. How can you think that we're going to go from 64k to 28, pump back up to 53, have liquidation dumps, and then move back up to 100k? It's just not clear, you know. I would, as an investor, I would not want to start a bull run, or phase 2 of a bull run, from liquidation dumps or liquidation pumps, artificial pumps. You get what I mean? I would not want that. That wouldn't make sense. So for this to happen, I do believe we need the correction. And from that correction, we move back up to 100k. Same when people do talk about, oh, why would you want 28k? Why would you want 25k, 30k? Why wouldn't you? That's cheaper prices. You know, if, for instance, let's say I buy 1,000 tokens of a coin. Let's just talk about coin. 1,000 tokens of a coin, and I buy it at $1, right? When this bull trap plays out, if it goes to 50 cents, you could buy that for you can get 2,000 tokens for the same price. You get what I mean? So I don't understand why people. What'd you say?
Right, carry on. So you're just talking about where did you leave off?
I left on the EMA. So yeah, cool. So the whole EMA, I was talking about what people talk about, when crypto and they're getting bullish or whatever. I would say to you guys, obviously I have said, when you're seeing a lot of things with crypto, take it with a pinch of salt. A lot of people actually don't know what they're talking about. Might seem like they know what they're talking about because of previous signals or calls or whatever. But as I said, even with things I post, because I really depend on EMA crossings, EMAs, RSI, price movement, fractals. I mean, that's better than what other people do, but at the same time, it's not 100% correct. So I'm not trying to mislead people saying that EMA is always going to make you a ton of money like how I have, but it's a good way to indicate what's going to happen in the near future, and it does have quite a nice success rate as well. So yeah, that was basically all about Bitcoin. So let's talk about altcoins right now. So altcoins aren't really moving a lot. I would say to a lot of people, if there is major indicators showing a bull trap, what would you do, right? A lot of people might see this and feel like, okay, cool, I hold this much, I hold that, I might be at a loss. Okay, let's talk about it. You've got altcoins, you might be at a loss. Let's think about it now. Would you rather be at a 20% loss than be at a 50% loss? So with this bull trap looking like it's going to play out, and most likely will play out due to a lot of success rate with EMAs and a lot of crossings within the weekly and the daily. As you lot know, the weekly and daily are quite strong indicators of what might happen when it looks at TA. When people look at 5-15 minute charts or 1 hour charts on a Bitcoin, that TA is really only going to last for the next couple hours or the day, right? So daily, weeklies, when you look at that, you got to think, okay, cool, if this looks like it's going to drop, let's use some risk management. Would I rather be at 20% loss or a 50% loss? So you could, I'm not suggesting, there's nothing here as financial advice, by the way, but I'm just saying, when we do head towards a certain price, might be 51k, might be 53k, just, as I spoke about before, there's no such thing as, there's nothing bad about taking profits or selling, because there might be some indication towards everything moving down, right? So let's say I have 100 grand, right? Actually, let's keep it a bit more down. Let's say I have $100, right? I put $100 into a coin, I'm down 20%, I'm at $80. and Bitcoin's at 50k, 52k. Now I'm thinking, okay, cool, man, I'm down 20%. What should I do? Let's say you sold. Let's give two scenarios. You sold it at $80 now. Let's say Bitcoin slowly moves down. I'm not saying with my theory that we're going to drop just like that. I personally believe that we will move slowly down, gradually, you know. By then, everything will move down. And let's say you buy the dip. So let's say Bitcoin goes to 35k, 30k. By then, a lot of coins will get chopped down 50%. So let's say you went into a coin that's at $1, yeah? It went down 20%, obviously. It's at 80 cents when you sold. Let's say now it goes to 50 cents, or let's say 40 cents. You buy that dip at 40 cents. Now, let's say gradually, this is talking way in the future. Let's say 40 cents you buy it. Now, let's say it does dip. Well, let's say it dips down a bit more, like 10%, 20%. You still hold, obviously, and it moves back up. Now, let's say now it's back up at 40 cents initially, and now it's starting to pump back up because everything's having this bullish momentum again, yeah, within the crypto market. By the time you go back to your initial price on what you bought at, right? So it was $1. So you put $80 in at 40 cents. When you get to $1, you've basically made a 2.5x. You've basically made $200 now. You made 2 times how much you initially put in from buying high and selling high and buying low, just from that one little method, right? It's easy when people talk about. It's easy to say it, you know, buy low, sell high. But when you're doing it, trust me, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not. We're speaking about it right now. You know, you're probably seeing this as well. In that GC, we're talking about selling out coins because it might look like something's going to happen. You know, there's a lot of whale movement. You know, I've just got a notification right now. A whale's moving $15 million worth of Ethereum into an exchange from unknown wallet, which is your ledger or a cold wallet. That's scary. You know, if some people think this might have 10 grand, might have $100 million, you don't know. You know what I mean? When you look at figures like people moving that much into exchanges, it's a bit scary. You know, your little $1,000 is nothing compared to their $15 million. You know, they don't really care about your $100, or if you want to go buy your mama house or something in the next near future. That's why into crypto, they don't really care. You get what I mean? So trade with caution, trade safely, trade, you know, just trade cautionally, because if there's a lot of caution coming in, there's a lot of warnings towards a bull trap, why would you just continue to just be very, very, you know, you're just ignoring this thing because you want everything ignoring the bull trap because you want everything to pump. You know, you can, as I've said, I've just showed you a lot of ways on how you can make more money from this bull trap than everything moving back up. Because even from 42k to 49k, we haven't even moved. Some coins have even moved more than 20%. They haven't even moved more than Bitcoin has. You get what I mean? So obviously that's another thing I do want to talk about altcoins. So we talked about Bitcoin, talked about altcoins, how you can buy low, how you can buy low, sell high within this bull trap, and how you can actually play with the bull trap. You know, as I said, you can dance with the whales. That's what I call it, when you're dancing with the whales and you're basically moving like them, right? So another thing I want to talk about is what is it called? When you're looking at whales wallets, right? A lot of people are looking at whales wallets and to see what they're doing because we're in a manipulated market. You know, I don't care what no one says, we're in a manipulated market. If you want to talk about it, if it's not, you can, you know, contact me directly. We're in a manipulated market. Long story short, I don't care, we're in a manipulated market. Who's manipulating? Whales. It's not you and me. Obviously, I could technically, but not with Bitcoin. I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, large caps. You've got to look at their wallets, right? When are they buying? When they're selling? So when everyone's talking about, we're headed towards 35k, 30k, I said no. The third largest Bitcoin whale who owns, I think, 100 million worth of Bitcoin, they're buying around 43k. Or I don't know if it's, you know, a company or one person, but I'm guessing it's a company or something. They're buying around 43k. So you dance with the whales. If you bought 43k, if you bought Bitcoin at 43k, you'd be up 10% with Bitcoin. That's better than certain coins. If you longed it from there, you'd and use 10x leverage, you'd be up 100%, double your money. You got to dance with the whales. That's what I see. So even now, we've just seen a lot of whales moving their money from their cold wallets to exchanges. Not saying that today, 1st of October or 3rd of October, 4th of October, my bad. It's not that on the 4th of October everything's going to start dumping. I don't believe that, but there will be a very important move very soon, before the 19th of October, in my opinion. So very soon. But yeah, that's what I've got to say, man.
Wow. Fam, quick questions then. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for somebody who's new, like, okay, they want to hear your story. Like, how did you get started, or how can somebody get started? Because the information that you're putting out for the beginner, you're talking about EMAs and whales. People don't understand this thing, and that's why I try to do my thing. You know me, I try to cater to the beginners. People don't know nothing, so flipping, so they can get to that point. But obviously, yeah, how did you get? What would be your route to start getting started? How did you get started? How did you learn?
Okay, cool. Let's talk about TA. Let's just talk about TA first before I talk about my personal journey. But TA wise, you just gotta go for a lot of TA. I tried to keep it straightforward. You gotta go for a lot of TA. So meaning you gotta look at a lot of people who do TA. So one thing I like to do is make everything simple. So if you go through my Twitter, you'll see I make everything so simple for everyone. All my hard work, all my looking into EMA crossings. It's not like I just randomly go into look into EMAs and then they just randomly cross. It's hard work trying to find each crossing, right? It takes me days to find it. So I try to make it as simple. So you look at the EMA 10 on the weekly, look at the EMA 20. EMA 21 is a very strong indicator. EMA 10, EMA 21, EMA 55 and 200, when they cross, certain ways when they cross, it might seem bearish, it might seem bullish. Look on that on the weekly or the daily. When you're looking at 4 hour, look at the 4 hour MA 21. So this is the. Did that not record?
Nah, it is. I was just checking it. It's recording. Trust me. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. So on the 4 hour, look at the MA40. So MA, not EMA. MA40 and MA21. That's what you got to look at on the 4 hour, in my opinion. Look at RSI as well. Obviously, this is, if you don't know what EMAs or MAs are, obviously you can go learn that. I'm not going to dwell into that now. It's quite easy to learn. What MAs are, EMAs are. You can Google that if you want. YouTube as well. I would say YouTube has helped me a lot, but recently YouTube within crypto has been very bad. A lot of
diluted. Yes.
Just a lot of BS, to be honest. Hence the reason why me and you have come up with this interview, because I do feel like people need to understand the realness behind certain things. You know what I mean? Like towards technical analysis. Technical analysis is what moves coins. Fundamentals, cool. They can move a coin, but that's long term. I mean short term. A coin could have a partnership today. For instance, Coty and ADA move the price up, right? Even when Coty had its Coinbase listing, I think it was, or the announcement, it moves the price up, but it's not the same price it was before, was it? Because TA-wise, if you don't remember, I don't know if you remember, but I said to everyone, it will eventually move back down to 32 cents and it move back up. Same thing happened. That exactly happened, right? So I would say technical analysis over fundamentals. When you're looking at a coin, cool, you can look at the fundamentals, but also look at technical analysis before you go into the coin. If you don't know about if you can't find anything, one thing I like to do is go to Twitter. Crypto Twitter is very amazing in my opinion. You type up a coin on the search button and you put $1 before it, and you go into and once you type it and then you go to the latest section, where it says the latest, you can find a lot of people talking about this coin within the first couple hours. So it's like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. When you look at that's fresh technical analysis. It might not be amazing, but it could be, it could be something. If it does look like, okay, cool, it might look like it might move up a bit. That might support your, it might comfort you to start buying the coin. But obviously, not from one person. Go through the Twitter, see if they're reliable, whatever. That's one way to look at crypto, technical analysis. I didn't just all of a sudden start making EMA crossings. I looked at other people's. Obviously, I'm not gonna go back and find out exactly what the person was. I actually don't even know who certain people was. It was over like 100 people. You get what I mean? So that's one thing people always ask me, where did you get your technical analysis from? Where did you learn it? It's just a lot of research. You can't come into crypto without no research. I think, cool, you're going to start making 50x's, 20x's, Unless you have some guidance, cool. But if you want to trade, you need to actually do some research, some very good research. Dig into crypto. I know when you go into crypto, it might seem easy. People say, buy this coin, do this and that. It's not. Like, if you bought crypto back in, let's say March, April, you would be at a loss. Most likely, you would be at a loss with certain coins. Even though people said that, it will start pumping, It's true. It will pump. Don't get me wrong. Everything will start moving within the next 3 to 4 months, in my opinion. But it's not that straightforward. That's why you got to do a lot of research into crypto. Don't think crypto's easy. It's easy once you're going through the hard stuff. Once you take them L's, let's talk about my crypto journey. I've taken a lot of L's to get into where I've got in my position, You know, for instance, if you go into my media section on Twitter, you scroll all the way down, you will see one of the best trades. It was Coty, bought at 2 cents, I think it was back on Halloween, so nearly a year ago, right? It's one of my most life-changing trades I've done. I went to Coty, you'll see I made like a 17 to 18x. I initially put in $1,000, made that much. I remember I showed you got screenshots of ADB, which is on Bitcoin. It's against the BTC chart if anyone wants to look into it. Within like, I think this was like March, I think it was, or February. No, it was February. It was February, I think. Yeah, February. ADB pumped up 100% in 11 hours. Go check on that tweet. You'll see a screenshot of when I bought and when I sold. It said plus 2%. Next one said like plus 111%. So you'll see no cap in that. There's no cap within that whole section, right? Cool. Now, from your initial, so from your $1,000 up 17x, times that by 2, because with ADB, you made 34x, right? That same day, I sold my ADB and I put into MTV, and that did like 3x in a month. So do the maths. 17x times by 2 times by 3. 17x times by 2, 34 times by 3. You do the maths. Around 111x plus. Obviously, when you look at my portfolio tracker, I showed it. It was 111x. Could be a bit more, could be a bit less, but it was around 110 to 120k from $1,000. And obviously, it wasn't like I started with $1,000. I started off with like $4,000. I went into crypto around like 2018, but it wasn't about. And bear in mind, I was young, right? I was young, so I was like 13, turning 14. This was like when I was young. I used it as a form of payment for certain things, and at that time, I wasn't looking into, you know, altcoins. It was just Bitcoin and what's the other coin? It's privacy coin. I can't remember. Monero, XMR. Went into that. That's all I went into. So that's when I officially found out what crypto was. When I think about it, like, man, should have gone into crypto back then. But obviously, it's, you know, whatever God's plan for you is what happens. But yeah, within that, 2018 looked into it. 2019, I took some L's because I did have some. I think I had some ADA. That went down like 90%. I was like, yeah, crypto is not for me to invest into. Then around like 2020 to 2021 is when I'm like, okay, cool, let me go into some coins, let me look into it. Them times there, as you probably know, there's a guy called Wolf. I looked into him quite a lot around like, let's say May 2020 to like September. Went to his trading chat, so big shout out to him. I don't know if he's gonna see this or not, but big shout out to him. He's the person that actually got me fully into crypto. Same with Crypto Guido, another person. And I was like, man, I'm seeing these gains. Let's get into crypto. So yeah, I started with $4,000. Starting to build that up. And obviously, from there, I did start to get more fiat money into crypto from things I was doing before. And that's when I was like, okay, cool. This is the way out, man. Like, I'm seeing people do this amount of numbers. And then I realized you can't really be dependent on people. So I started to look at it myself around like, you know, once I started making my money around like January, February, then I was like, okay, cool. I've got some guidance. I learned the beginnings. Let's see what I can do now. Right? I'm not saying for you lot to come beginner and then automatically think you're lot of the best. That's not, I personally still think I have mastered crypto. Even though if you look at ROI percent-wise, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I feel like I'm one of the best. ROI, because percent-wise, it's crazy. And also, as I said, I've documented it on my Twitter. When you look at it,
definitely best in the UK.
One of the best. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'll say one of the best, right? But yeah, so within that, I still would say I haven't mastered it. I really haven't mastered crypto. I've mastered looking at when to go into coin and when to get out of a coin. But at the same time, I have been in losses. I'm at 10 to 15% loss within my holdings because of these major losses. There's major crashes within Bitcoin. So and another thing to actually give you lots of opium or some hope within the crypto market, we've been through some major dumps recently. So if you are at losses, don't feel like, you know, crypto's not for you, or you're trying to come out of crypto to do whatever you were doing before. You've been in major dumps, right? We went from 63k down to 28k. We just had another flash crash from 52.5. Then we went again from 48 down again to 42. And that major portfolio bleed is orchestrated for that to happen, to make your coins bleed. So don't feel like, oh man, crypto's not for me, That's what I say, trade cautiously, when in a choppy market. Don't start market buying 100% of USDT into a coin, blah, blah, blah. Like even me, when I be buying coins, it's not all of my USDT. If so, I would be a multi-millionaire if I started doing that with all of my USDT. It's been 10%, 15%. Use that as risk management as well. So yeah, that's like my previous one. There's way more towards it, obviously. There's way more towards it. But if you check, the coins are going into, you'd realize somewhat of how much I've made. Even though I have showed some of how much I've made, you'll see somewhat how it backs up how much I've shown I've made compared to the coins I told people to go into, or the coins that I put on my Twitter. You'll see it correlates. If I put this much into this coin and I made this much, and then I kept swing trading it, will eventually come up to a certain amount of money you've made, which kind of showed on my Twitter, right? So that's one thing I would say to you guys. Just look when you're going onto someone's Twitter or someone who claims they're a crypto guy, please go through the coins they're going into. If they haven't really shown no technical analysis, most likely they're probably getting it from someone else. You know what I mean? There's plenty of coins out there. They can go onto Twitter, type in crypto, go for a lot of tweets, see which ones look the most profitable, say to everyone, this looks good. All of a sudden people buy. You get what I mean? So just look out for that. Just make sure when you're trying to go into a coin, you're looking at it fundamentally and from a technical analysis view. And I know that within UK crypto, there's not a lot of technical analysis guys who show the technical analysis out for free, even though I do, or I give some signals out for free. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of crypto guys who don't do it, but doesn't mean you have to go to UK guys. You can go to people from America or whatever, but just try to find some technical analysis before you go into a coin. It will comfort you a lot, because if there are dips or 5% dip or whatever, you won't be like, oh man, why did I go into this? You have some comfort within what you've gone into, because it's proof. There's some evidence towards what might happen. It might not exactly happen, but it could happen. There's a nice chance that it could happen, not just from someone tweeting, this looks good, or something like that. So, as I said, trade cautiously, and I hope you'll actually gain from something that I've said, because I know a lot of people who do crypto don't actually go into depth with how you can make money. They just talk about coins and coins and coins. I'm talking about, from a personal perspective, what you can do to make money and how you can actually depend on yourself sometimes. Even though I do offer a service, I'm not really going to promote that here, but even though I do offer a service, I do say to people, try to get into crypto, try to educate yourself, try to get into coins yourself, and you'll feel way more comfortable. So yeah, trade cautiously and stay safe.
Okay, onto what you just said there about stay safe. Recently, we've seen a lot of people getting robbed with their crypto and whatnot, knife point, gun point. So when you talk about that, how people can be, well, you just said that stay safe with this crypto, because people don't.
So regarding that, I would say if you've got more than, how much is a ledger? £100, right? So for Americans, that's like $120, right? If you've got more than, let's say, £2,000, $2,000, just get a ledger, man. Like, you'd rather, spend £100, $120 than lose all your money. A ledger, I've got nearly 13 to 14 ledgers. It might sound a lot, but I have to store that much. I don't really keep a lot of my coins onto my exchanges. Even though I might show some of my portfolio amount on my Twitter, that doesn't mean that it's all in there. That's stupid. No one's going to have that much into an exchange. You'd rather have that in your ledgers and your cold wallets, keep that safe. Because I'm telling you, if crypto becomes very mainstream, the people who are doing illegal stuff, robbing people, doesn't mean they're dumb. They'll try to find out ways to make money. And they do not care if you're a civilian or you've had a past life within crime. They still would try to take your money, right? And another thing is, I'm telling you, I know people who, and they've had this done to them. It's pain, because a normal stick up, a normal robbery, they'll take your stuff and go. With a crypto robbery, they have to open your phone, open whatever device, go through your wallet. They have to normally you would scan their QR code, their wallet address, and you send it to them. And it's not, it takes 1 minute, 20 seconds to do, and it's in there, and they leave. They have to wait for confirmation, right? You have to wait for your confirmation from your email and your number. You have to put that in. and then you have to wait, let's say 1 to 2 minutes for whichever whichever network you're using, and wait for that to go into their account. So you're actually waiting for the money to go. So you're seeing that they've got that money, right? With a robbery, they might get that from the police or whatever. We know how robbery works. This is, you're literally seeing it go from you to them, just like that, and you have to wait and see it. That's pain. That is pain. Just because you don't want to go get a leg up, because you don't want to miss £100. Whatever it is, £100 is not gonna affect you if you've got more than 1 to 2 grand. Also, regarding that, I will be doing a giveaway for ledgers. So I'm probably gonna give around 20 ledgers out for free, because I keep seeing a lot of people get into problems like that. And I feel like from what I've done for the community, I feel like sometimes you lot have made a lot of money, right? A lot of people here, I don't know if you lot know me who are watching, but you lot have made a lot of money. So you lot need to get ledgers. And I feel like some people might be a bit, they don't want to buy it for some reason. I really don't know. They might be because it's a waste of money. They don't feel like they're going to get robbed. But then question it. The people who got robbed, do they think they're going to get robbed? They're civilians. They don't know nothing about street life. Or when someone's going to, normally someone who's living in the streets, they don't know what will happen. They try to stay safe. These people are normal people, normal crypto traders, right? And another thing I want to delve into is, if you are showing how much you've made, or if you're in crypto, please do not show your face, right? You are a target now. As soon as you show how much you've got, or what you've got, or anything like that, you are a target. If you can't protect yourself, you are a target now. So I don't really feel bad for people who show their face on Twitter, or anything around crypto, show their wallet size or how much they've got, or their trades, and complain about. Obviously, I don't want anyone to get robbed, but you can't really complain because you set yourself up as a target. Me, I'm not sure how much I've got. I can protect myself. That's a whole different genre. But just from that, I can protect myself. I know how to move. I know how to stop myself from going in that situation. Do people know what I look like? They don't. Even you don't know what I look like. So most people don't know what I look like, right? And I don't show where I go. Whenever I go out, one thing I'm talking about with security, whenever you're going out, and if you're in crypto, whenever you're going out and you're showing who you are, make sure you post once you've left. It's simple. I know a lot of people do know this, but people always forget about this. Leave.
Fam, the worst thing is, don't leave your location on as well.
Yeah. Leave wherever you're at. If you're going to post, make sure you post once you've left it. These people do not care. The reason why they know where you are is not some IP address tracker. It's because you're posting where you're at. No one, technically speaking, if I'm at a restaurant, I don't really post it a lot. If you go on my social media, I don't really post where I'm at. If I do, I've left that place, right? This is just normal, just normal things to know. As someone who's got a lot of money, or someone who's got a lot of money, you need to know this. Ledgers, and make sure you're moving correct within social media, because the way they find you is social media. If you don't know how to protect yourself and how to actually move correctly within social media, you are a target now. Once that money's gone, you're gone. Yes, in your investments. Your investment is your family's investment. That's basically set your family up. For instance, I've done a lot for my family. I've got my parents' crib, 2 cribs actually. Black Bezos, you've seen this before as well. An S-Class. Back in that time where I'm originally from. I got a mosque over there.
You've got a mosque that you built as well, yeah.
I got a cafe, right? This cafe, here's another thing I'll talk about with security. My cafe, right? It is, well, obviously it's not mine because I'm too young, but it's under my dad's name, but I'll go for him. Within that cafe, it was previously the Royal Bank of Scotland. A Royal Bank. 8 feet underneath, there's a vault where all my ledgers are. So obviously people now know where my ledgers are, but that's completely fine. Because you are now have to go, anyone who wants to pretend that they're going to try to get my stuff now, you have to go past £300,000 worth of security. There is 9 vaults in there. You have to go through each one to get into this major one, right? Unless you are the flipping Navy, you can't get in. Even then, there's motion detectors with lasers, right? I'm actually going to post this on my Twitter just to show people how you should protect yourself. It's got 9 locks, 9 vaults, right? It's motion detector with lasers, and as soon as that laser beeps and detects some movement, you're locked within 9 vaults, 9 doors, 9 vault doors basically. And it's not like the small doors, not no wooden walls. You know, as you see within a vault, you don't should know what a vault is. They are thick steel. They're massive. They're like 15 inches worth of steel as a door. So that is why, you know, within my portfolio size, it's, you know, it makes sense to have nearly 250 to 300k worth of security. That's playing it smart. If I've got X amount of money and I'm using 300k to secure that, it's worth it, you know? So that's what I say to people, make sure when you're advertising what you've got, there's nothing bad about telling people about crypto, whatever, but at the same time, there's a lot of evil eye out there. Not even just crypto, there's a lot of things if you're showing, just forget about crypto. When you're showing people you got money, a lot of evil eye, people want that, you know? And as you don't know, you lot are probably from the UK who've seen this, UK is bad vibes, you know? Period. UK is bad vibes, you know? So make sure you're staying safe, as I said before. That's just one way to stay safe. And a lot of traders won't tell you this because they don't care about you, you know? Even though I don't know a lot of you guys, I try to help you lot as much as I can, because it's not like I was born in a rich family with this, you know? I was born in Luton, if you know where that is. It's a shit place. No one comes out of there successful. I mean, some rappers might be, but no one comes out of there successful, you know? So and anyone who hears from Luton, they will know I put on a lot of people. I'm not trying to boast, but when you're a crypto trader, you should help as much as you can, because crypto is one of the biggest ways for you to make a lot of money quickly, right? And it's legit. It's not like you have to do some illegal stuff to start making a lot of money within crypto. You go into a coin, you buy it, and you pumps, right? One of the easiest ways, if you know what you're doing, obviously. So I see a lot of traders, they don't show no free signals. They don't show that. They don't show, what to do, how to protect themselves, because at the end of the day, they do not care about you, right? They just want to have the status of a crypto trader. Me personally, I wasn't even classing myself as a crypto trader while I was giving my signals. I think a lot of people would realize, I only started to show my Twitter, on my Twitter, my signals or the coins going into until like May. Before then, I was in crypto before, like 2-3 years ago, right? Because I wouldn't class myself as a trader, even though I was making a lot of money. But then eventually I realized a lot of people, what I'm doing, a lot of people gain from it. Hence why I've got nearly 1,000 people, and you can see some on Twitter as well. I've got 1,000 people on my premium, which is like where I get my signals. Obviously it's paid or whatever. And if you see, nearly 250 people have became millionaires. Millionaires, yeah? Not making 10x or whatever. It's not like they had 100 grand in. They've come from 10 grand, 5 grand, 2 grand, right? Hence the name 100x. So, as I said before, when you're looking at crypto, make sure the people you're going to, you can trust them. You know what I mean? People who actually would care about you. Because at the end of the day, we are making life-changing money. This is generational wealth, right? If someone wants to help you, you need to know they're going to help you. You know what I mean? They're not going to be there and be like, okay, cool, go into this coin, go into that coin and leave it. They're not there, right? A lot of people do get rich within crypto and they think they're Kim Kardashian or something, you know? I keep it as humble as I can. I can literally say to every single trader, I'm more richer than you. Every person that, within this bull trap, a lot of people have been saying, oh, you're incorrect, saying some BS, being rude. I could literally go like that and be like, I've got more than you though. You know what I mean? And not even reply to you lot. I've got a GC with 130 people. Obviously, not a lot of them are millionaires, or some of them don't even have like 100 grand, 10 grand. I'm not trying to downplay them, but I'm just showing you them. And I still, every day, speak to them. 12 hours a day normally. Like when I wake up, check the chat, speak to them on a normal basis. Not like, 2-3 sentences. I give long voice notes to them, speaking on how we can do this. Reason being is because they was there for me when I started my crypto journey. So back in like September to around February, before I became a millionaire. They're the ones who was there though. You get what I mean? So that's why I would say to a lot of people, make sure the people that you're going to for crypto, right? Because a lot of people do need guidance. If you're not going to be independent, you need guidance. Make sure you're going to the right people. A lot of people are getting scammed with certain things. I know a lot of people pretend to be crypto traders but getting scammed. They're paying this much as a fee, they're not making profits. Or they're going to this guy and they're not replying back, So stay safe, stay smart, and just know that crypto is the way. That's what I'm going to say. Crypto is the way. Don't feel like, because I warned you lot here, if you lot don't take the, I won't say advice, but the suggestion, don't feel like crypto, because everything's dumped now, crypto is not the way, or some stuff like that, because we have dumped nearly 3 times now, and if it dumps again, it's 4 times. Don't feel like, oh man, crypto's done. Crypto is just started. That's what I'm going to say. Crypto has only just started. So if you're in crypto now, you're very early. If you look at percent-wise, from the amount of Bitcoin users or crypto users, we are a small percent. You might see massive the community, because a lot of people is growing. You know, a lot of people, your friends might do it, your families might do it, people in your colleges, university, your workplace might do it, but it's very small. That's what I'm gonna say. It's very, very small. The crypto community is very small.
We're talking less than 1%. That leads on greatly to now. The last thing we should probably just ask you is, cool, we're very small, we've just begun. Now, I know you said you didn't want to promote your services, but I feel like, because it's only because today I saw you post that you was looking to open up something on the thing. I don't know how long you're looking to open that up for, so maybe you want to talk about maybe what you offer.
So what I do is I show within my premium, as you call it. So it's like it's a service I give. It does show, when to buy. It's basically signals when to buy, when to sell, when to take profits. One-to-one support basically. As you don't know, a lot of guys, they will just give you signals and won't text you back for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Know a lot of information. I try to show a lot of technical analysis. And another thing with that is I eventually want my clients to go off and do it themselves. Meaning, they learn technical analysis. They learn certain things, right? Even if you go onto my Twitter, I cannot keep saying this, but even if you go on my Twitter, you'd learn a lot within technical analysis. Forget about trying to go into coins, right? You learn about a lot about technical analysis, when to see when things are going to pump, when things are going to dump, right? You're learning. That's what you should do at first, right? Learn from people's mistakes. That's why I show you certain EMAs. I went to certain EMAs. There's a lot of EMA numbers, right? I went into a lot of them. Whenever they cross, they don't do nothing, So I try to make it as simple as I can. I give signals, give some TA, try to teach people. Obviously, I haven't really been teaching a lot recently because of price movement, but that's what I have been doing. One thing I would say as well is I don't do quarter picks. I've said this before as well. I don't really believe in, this coin's going to do that much. That's, a month, a quarter is 3 months. So certain people do it. They're giving predictions for 3 months, right? My predictions, if you go into my Twitter, certain coins are pumped in 2 weeks, right? Pros went up like 200 to 300% in 2 to 3 weeks. Same with CELR, same with MTV. This is in September, bloody September, right? Now, why is that? Not because, it's quarter 4, quarter 3 now, everything's going to start moving because of back in 2014 or 2018 and it was a green month or red month. Now, that's all beginner stuff. Like, that's things like you would see in, I'll call that kindergarten crypto stuff. Like, that's just for babies, the crypto babies. But when you're looking at trying to make a lot of money, you got to look at certain things within technical analysis. Look at EMAs, look at RSI, look at support, look at fibs. I'm learning fibs myself. I'm very transparent on what I do. I don't even know a lot about fibs and Fibonacci, but I'm learning it. As I said, I'm learning as well. I'm not that arrogant type of person who says I know all. I do not know all. I know some very valuable information though, but I do not know all. Anyone who does say they know all, they don't. If they do, they'll be master in crypto, know when to sell, when to buy. They don't. There's no such thing as a perfect trader. Same with buying tops, buying bottoms. When people say, "Oh, I bought the dip, but it keeps dipping," at least you bought the dip. A lot of people don't have the money to buy the dips. So be grateful for buying dips, because dips are for buying. It's not, let me buy the dip and it keeps dipping more. Let me sell and wait for it to go lower. Then once it moves back up, we FOMO in. I've done this before. I'm not like a trader who's just automatically imperfect. I'm through everything that people are going through right now. I'm going through it, where you've had a certain X amount of, money in your account and being in the same thing, same number for the same 3-4 months, right? You've gone up 10%, 30%, and then it dumps back down. You're back at 10 grand. Now you're going down to 7 grand. Now you're like, oh man. Then you finally make that move back up. Now you're going back to 10 grand. And you're in circles, right? That's because you have no game plan. You have no game plan. You're going into coins trying to make a quick flip. Crypto is not for quick flips. They might be quick, right? For instance, CLR, XTZ, the whole of September, I know I keep talking about these coins. September coins, go into my crypto, as I said before, I've said it there. All the coins are going into. I had no time predictions. I mean, not like, you know, within a month or within 2 months, but as everyone knows, it's not going to take more than a month for these coins to pump. So I would say within a month, right? It happened in 2 weeks. That would be classed as a quick flip, right? Yes or no? It would be classed as a quick flip, but I didn't mean for it to go to a quick flip. I organized it cool, like this is going to pump at this time. I didn't say that, did I? I didn't say that it's going to pump at this time or it's going to pump in the next 7 days. What I did was, okay, I was like, okay, cool, this looks ready to pump. Then we're going to give an entry price, tell them when to take profits along the way. If it does 100%, take profits, take 25. It keeps moving 150%. Actually, we sold at 150% by the way on CELR, but we only made like 110% because we took profits along the way. There's no such thing as bad. There's no such thing as, you know, taking profits is bad. Taking profits is securing your money. Your money is not yours until you put it into a ledger or until you sell. So first of all, when you put it into exchange, that's not your money no more. That's technically the exchange's money because they can lock your account just like that, by the way, right? Once you bought it, it's within that coin. That's technically the coins. Once you've sold it, now it's exchanges. Only time that money is yours now is when it's in your ledger. But people don't want to buy a ledger. Buying ledger, it stores your keys, right? And you keep it safe. So please buy a ledger. If not, I will be doing a giveaway. I'm at 20 to 50 ledgers within the next 2-3 months. I'm not marketing my Twitter out there, but if you do want to look into getting into a ledger, I will be doing a giveaway very soon. 30 to 50. You know, just, as I said before, trade safe, trade with caution, and stay safe, man.
Serious. Fam, I don't know if you want to go anymore, but just last thing I'll just say is like quickly, just where do you see ZK as a brand in the next 5 years, or where do you see crypto in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself and crypto and the whole market and everything that's going on in 2027?
Okay, cool. So regarding me, I've always said this before, you know, I'm young, so within the next 5 years I'll be 21, 22. So I feel like I won't, you know, obviously I do hope that I do become even though I am quite successful, I'm not trying to boast again, but I'm definitely not leaving. It's not like I'm going to become rich this crypto cycle and then I'm going to leave and not, you know, help you guys. I still would help you guys. I'd have it as a, you know, a major brand. I feel like I'm not very professional, if you get what I mean. I don't have a brand, I don't have a name. It's just I'm a trader. People come to me. I feel like the underground traders are the ones that are the best. No offense, the more of the commercial / professional / you know, the marketing crypto guys out there. No offense to them, their signals are quite decent as well. I most likely will keep it a bit professional, but at the same time, I just feel like sometimes being a bit underground kind of just exposes it a bit more. As an underground trader, it has like a reputation of being a bit better than the commercial ones because they're focused on being a bit commercial. But as a brand, I have a slogan called "Let's Get It." So if you check my Twitter, name's ZK_ Let's Get It. My Snapchat is ZK.Let's Get It. It's more like a brand, you know. I actually made my Snapchat back like 2 years ago. So this 2 years ago, I had the slogan "Let's Get It," meaning let's get it. You know, let's have a push, right? So I want to keep that as my slogan /100x, but that's more like a crypto name. Like if you're talking to me within crypto, you would be like, yeah, he's 100x. You know, as a personal level, people call me ZK. So 100x is more like my name. So I want to really keep that as a brand. But let's get it, definitely. I'm looking to brand that out within
trademark it.
Yeah. So within that, even crypto wise, I would want to, have like a whole massive community, because I do feel like there's a lot of demand for a lot of things that I'm involved with. My group chats, as you know, just so you guys know, I know there's a lot of fake Telegram chats that claim to be me and they have these people in it. It's not me. I have one Telegram chat. It's very limited. You can't get in. Not trying to be rude, but you lot can't get in. You have to be very special to me, or you have to be there before February to be in that chat, unless I know you or we've spoke before or whatever. That's the only chats I'm in. I'm looking to slowly build one up, but I feel like within a lot of Telegram chats I've been in, it's very negative and a lot of people in there, a lot of spams or whatever. So within the next 5 years, this is a very long time. I will be looking to go a bit commercial within myself. Now let's talk about Bitcoin and the crypto market. I'm very heavy on XRP, so this is, I don't know if this is going to annoy a lot of people, because a lot of people are anti-XRP, but I'm very heavy on XRP. XRP is one of the biggest holdings, one of my biggest holdings, same with XLM and XDC. I got to look at it like this, right? Here's one thing I think about crypto. it works with technology. It's digital. Anything that works digitally. Let's talk about phone, right? So I remember when I got my first phone, it was an iPhone 3GS or 4S, I think it was. I was thinking, man, this is the best thing ever, right? Give it a couple of years later, 4 to 5, 6, 8 years later, you the iPhone 13 now. You're thinking this is the best shit ever. But now you look at iPhone 4, you think, what the hell was that? That's dead. The technology is shit. Same way I think, cool. Certain coins that are here now, in 5 years you won't see them. So why I think there might be an XRP flipping in within Bitcoin, it's a major thing to say. I can back it up. If people want to talk about it, we can talk about it here, because that whole XRP situation, I feel like we could continue this in the next podcast or the next interview, because that's quite major. I feel like a lot of people would want to hear that. But regarding XRP, it's better than Bitcoin, in my opinion. Before anyone gets a bit hard, you'll be like, what the hell is going on about? My opinion is better. It's got better technology within Bitcoin. It has a real use case, it can help people. Crypto should be here to help people. When people talk about certain coins and how I can do that, but is that helping you? You get what I mean? This coin, does it help you? This token, does it help you? Does it help your friends? Does it help the world? No, it's just helping the crypto world. For crypto to become more mainstream, it needs to help outside of crypto, right? Which XRP does, which XRP is aiming towards you. So I personally believe there will be a flipping within Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin will have that number one mark within the next 5 years, especially with regulations coming through as well. So yeah, I feel like Bitcoin will be here, but a lot of coins you lot are going into won't be here in the next 5 years. Because if you lot go back into the coins that was there 5 years ago, you've never heard of them. There was a coin called Barbecue Coin that was here like 3 to 4 years. Where's Barbecue Coin now? And that was in top 10. It's not like in the top 100. It was top 10 coins 3 to 4 to 5 years ago, I think it was. It's not here no more. That had a decent amount of market cap at that time because it was in top 10.
What was that coin that you was in? You said you was using for payments. You said you was using Bitcoin and another one.
It was Bitcoin and Monero. So Monero is a privacy coin, right? So if you're looking into you like privacy coins, you look into Monero. Another one's called Suter, Suter. It's on KuCoin. It has layer 2 privacy, which is quite decent. It's quite amazing. It's actually on $20 million market cap as well. It's on KuCoin against the USDT and BTC pairing. If anyone does want to look into it, I wouldn't say to buy now, but if there is a bull trap, it might be a good time to buy. If there is a minus 50% chop within the coin as of now, so it does go down 50%, you're looking at a $10 million layer 2 privacy coin on a KuCoin exchange and that's just a real life use case, right? That's another thing I want to talk about. Privacy coins will boom. I think decentralized exchanges coins would boom, so Uniswap, SushiSwap, Bake, Cake. Also, just so you guys know, Bake has gave me a 210x till now. So I bought back in November, posted on my Twitter as well. It's gave me 210x. I'm not saying you're not going to make that, but not privacy coins, but decentralized exchange tokens will boom. I can guarantee you that. So Uniswap's another one, SushiSwap, 1inch, Bake, Cake. Just looking for those coins. XRP is another one. XRP is guaranteed money, regardless if that drops or not. I'm actually not selling my XRP anytime soon. Even if there is a bull trap, I'm not selling it. I'm still holding it. That's locked in. That's locked in like 6 different ledgers. I'm never gonna open that till actually 2025. So 4 to 5 years, yeah. So we'll see by then. I'm not gonna sell that until then. But yeah, crypto does look very mainstream in my opinion. Obviously, there is Twitter. The Twitter founder, I think he is, or the co-CEO. I don't know which one he is. I think his name's Jack. He has done a lot for Twitter, for crypto. Twitter, right? So even today, 4th of October, 2021, someone gifted me $145,000 in Bitcoin. That's 3 Bitcoins, right? $145,000 worth of Bitcoin as a tip on Twitter. So this person found my Bitcoin address on Twitter, a social media platform, found my Bitcoin address and sent it to them because I put it on the tip section. And you can see that right now. I posted, someone actually did. I posted it on my Twitter and someone did that.
And I'll post it on the video.
Yeah, so you could see, and there's actually a video which probably would go down in the history books because that's major, Twitter actually giving the opportunity for people to be tipped with Bitcoin. It's not like I typed my Bitcoin address into my bio. There's a whole tip section that gives that when you can edit it and you put your Bitcoin address onto there, they tap it, copies and paste the Bitcoin address. You go to your exchange and you paste that in and you send what you want, just like that. It's a tip Because some people like me, I don't really go through my Twitter comments or my Twitter messages. So the easiest way for someone to tip me or whatever, even though I don't really need it, but I'm still grateful for it, would be for to tip me, and my wallet's right there. You copy and paste it, just like that, on Twitter, a social media platform. It's crazy, very crazy.
Wow, fam, you dropped gems, fam. What was I gonna ask you? Just flipping now. I forgot, bro. You just dropped gems, fam. If you're coming back to me, I'll just message you and that's fine, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, fam. Boy, let me try and remember what it was. It was just the fact that it's lost me. Yeah, bro. I just know that this podcast, we're gonna look back at it in 5 years, and people are gonna realize this is gonna be, you're gonna, and I hope that you're gonna look back at it as well. You're gonna be,
definitely.
Bro. I'm gonna, and then just I'm gonna outro it, and if I remember it, I'm gonna save this thing right now.
Yeah, and that's it, man, and that's it. I hope you learned a ton of a lot off that guy, and I don't care if you didn't, because I know I learned a ton of a lot. That guy, if you heard me feeling a bit gassed, because bro, that guy's a busy guy. If you can imagine how much he makes, an hour of his time is worth a lot. So it was difficult for me just to catch him just for that 1 hour. I got lucky just to catch him for that 1 hour. Yeah, man, got lucky. So yeah, I gotta be appreciative of that, fam. I wish more health onto my man, and definitely we're gonna do more. You're gonna definitely gonna hear more from him. He's an amazing guy. Success, fam. He's got lots of success. I mean, look where he's already at the age he's at, fam. But there's more for him, fam. More for him. But yeah, make sure you check out his Twitter. Make sure you get on him on Snapchat and whatnot, bro. And yeah, what else? What can you do? Yeah, you can follow the Spotify. There's a YouTube that's gonna be there. Oh yeah, make sure you get the BB Daily. Get the BB Daily if you want to get podcasts first. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I just made that up. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Peace. Next episode. Yeah, I'll just tell you guys now. Next episode. No, I'm not gonna say nothing, fam. Nothing. Just see it.